Okay, so the tip for today. My tip is my lovelies, it's Patrice Evans and it is tea time. I'm at Starbucks. I have no lipstick on. I'm just here with whatever I have. I did my wash day yesterday and this is what it looks like today. So I figured I'd just let the Spirit speak through me today and let the Lord speak to you today, because I did a survey and it sounds like that's one of the things you want the most. Okay, so it's kind of impromptu, which I do a lot of anyway, and I'm gonna let the Spirit speak. To all of my new subscribers, I want to just thank you for coming and following and supporting me. All of my lovelies that have been there from the beginning, I love you guys so much. And I do have a quick message for you at the end, okay? But I just wanted to just say hi to you today. It was one of those days. If I look a mess, I just want to apologize ahead of time. But I'm just coming to you naturally. It's kind of like a vlog, because I figured it's time for some of my Starbucks tea. So y'all know what I get, right? I usually get a venti black tea lemonade with 7 honeys dissolved in hot water. So there's no sugar, it's honeys. So that's what I get. And my son gets the same thing, but he gets the cane sugar. So if you guys try it, let me know what you think. All right? Okay, so, what's coming in my spirit today is, you know, I have a series. I know you've probably heard me talk about a series that I want to bring to you very soon, but I would love to talk about some of the things that I want to talk about in that series and start the discussion now. And I hope you can hear me, but the biggest thing that I think keeps coming to my spirit that I want to talk to you about, you see my testimony, it's 1 hour and 11 minutes and 55 seconds, I believe, and I really encourage you to watch it, because I'm being really, really candid, and I encourage you to find yours, whatever your testimony is, okay? Part of what I came out of with all of that at this stage of my life is always thinking about the same thing all the time. It keeps coming up, these words: good enough, feeling good enough. And I hear myself saying, oh, that's good enough, or oh gosh, I'm not good enough, or is that good enough? And I just started noticing myself saying good enough so much that I decided I wanted to do a series on talking about being good enough. I'd love to start with this video as an impromptu video and start the discussion now. Since you were interested in my spiritual side, be careful what you wish for, because when I start speaking spiritual, as you've seen, I go to a level where I'm just raw and just honest. So if you're okay with the honesty that I give you and you know what the Spirit leads me to say, then I will give it to you. But I wasn't just going to give it to you if you didn't want it. If you wanted hair and you wanted dancing, I give you that. But it seems like when I did that vote, so far I haven't had a lot of people, you know, share what they want. It seems like the spiritual is the highest right now. So go into the community, go into my page and look at the community and look at that survey where I'm asking you what you would like me to put on my Soccer Court Fit page. But obviously that is, if you didn't know, and I just want to make it clear to you, it is an extension of our YouTube channel, okay? It's where I can go deeper in the things that I talk about here, but I could actually do a series on it and go deeper and talk about it more and answer your questions and possibly do a course around it or something like that. So I put up there what are the things you're more interested in, and as of now, with the people that did see it, spiritual is number 1. So I'm going to talk today about some things that are spiritual. The first thing I want to tell you is that, you know, you've heard me say this a lot. The Lord loves you. The Lord Jesus Christ, God our Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, the Trinity, God, the Godhead of the Trinity, loves you. You are always good enough for Him. Because you don't have to be good enough. He's already paid the price. Just know that, okay? Always know that He has paid the price for all of us. He has died for our sins. All you have to do is receive it. To be good enough for Him is just receiving and believing in faith and surrendering to Him. But after that, okay, you've heard my testimony. I've done that, and I still obviously didn't feel good enough. So practically speaking, how we're having more people sit near me, so you're going to hear people talking, so be prepared for that, okay? So we will go from one thing to the next. In other words, we'll talk about one thing at a time in terms of what being good enough is in that specific thing. I would love for you to comment below on some things you want me to talk about that would help you understand what it would mean to be good enough in that area, okay? For now, I want to talk about hair, obviously. That's where I really feel like my story really started, with the hair. I feel like a lot of times when I talk about the psychology behind wearing fake hair and being natural, is that we get so wrapped up in wearing fake hair that we lose ourselves. Y'all know about dopamine and all that, and how we can make ourselves be happy based on getting more likes and all that kind of stuff, or getting a text from somebody we like. Well, I feel like there's something that gets off in our minds when we wear fake hair, or anything fake, but especially the hair with our community. I saw it with myself, and today I was out and about, and I was looking around, and now I observe other girls and women of color and what we act like when we have fake hair. And I observed a lot today, and I just see this kind of like a conceit, but it's like a fun conceit, being conceited in a fun way, where I had it, where it's like you're just letting loose and you're just feeling beautiful. And I see it with the fairer skin, the darker skin, the heavy, the slim. It doesn't matter. If you're wearing fake hair, I see this like extra happiness, the glow that's not really a natural glow. It's because of the hair. And my concern is when you take the hair out, because I've had to do that, or the in between putting the hair back in. What happens when you take it out? And that's why I don't wear fake hair now. Not that I would never do it. Maybe I do it for performance, maybe I do it for fun, but I do it on purpose because I'm trying to make sure that I don't do that to myself anymore. Then you start to, what happens when you take it out and you see your own hair? The happiness goes away, and you start to judge your own hair, and you don't feel good enough. And if you're wearing the fake hair because you don't feel good enough, then there's a problem. But if you're wearing it because it's just something you want to do for that day, then fine. But if you are weaveaholic, like I'm going to stand up and tell you I am a recovering weaveaholic, then you have to be careful putting on fake hair. So this is about being good enough when it comes down to beauty as it pertains to your hair and wearing fake hair. Do you sometimes feel like you feel this amazing surge of happiness when you're wearing fake hair, and then when you take it out and you wear your own hair, you just feel this low? If you really feel that, you're not alone. I've been there, and I'm sure so many more of us are there and don't want to admit it. But I'm here to tell you that you are good enough. If you do keep Jesus at the center of all you do, and He is the center and your anchor, these things won't affect you as much. You'll remember you're good enough in His eyes so long as you've received Jesus as your Savior, so long as you have believed Him in faith, and even better, surrendered fully. That's really the core of it. But how do you translate it into this area? I'll give you the best how I can give you. You need to start loving your hair the way it is at whatever stage it is. And I can give you a hair tip at the end when I'm done. But what I've had to do, even though it's been very hard, and it's not as easy as a lot of people, because all they have to do is either stop perming their hair or stop putting the fake hair in, give it about 6 months or so, and the hair just kind of pops back, grow it out, do the big chop, all that great stuff. I did a lot more than that, and I still am. It is not easy, and it's even more tempting for someone like me to go back to getting the weave, because it's not easy. Even just 2 weeks ago when I was like, what happened? What happened to my hair? I needed a trim. So what I'm doing is I'm saying, okay, instead of giving up like I've done in the past and just putting it back in or putting a relaxer, I'm going to stick with it, and I'm going to deal with it, and I'm going to go outside with it like that and see what happens and feel like I am good enough. And I'm going to believe that the core of me being good enough is centered around my Lord, not around what others think. And the older you get, the more you're like, I'm going to have to be good enough, because this is what I have to offer, and I'm not going to try to be somebody else in order to be good enough anymore. I'm not going to worry about being good enough on the outside. That's easy for me to say because I am self-employed. I don't have to go to anybody's job. And once you get a certain age, you start just getting that way naturally. So I'm just going to hope that for you. I'm going to pray that over you. Begin the process at least of believing that you're good enough, centered around Christ first, and then from there, start to pray it into that area of your life. Begin the steps. Begin to step out on faith saying it. If you need to wear fake hair, just examine your heart, examine your mind, and make sure it's coming from a place that is not the reason you're feeling happy. Remember, happiness and joy are two different things. Happiness is something that's temporary. It's for the moment. So right now, I am so happy that I have my black tea lemonade. But when it's done, I'm going to be like, oh, done with my black tea lemonade. But I have this joy that is a heavenly joy. Literally, I want to tell you something about joy. It's a piece of heaven. It's a piece of heaven that we have here on this earth. And it is amazing. And you know my testimony. So throughout all of that, to be able to have a joy throughout it all, missing husband, all those things, that is something heavenly. So I can have a moment where I'm sad and a moment where things are horrible, but that stays intact. And what we're here on this channel to do is to keep your joy intact. Receive the joy by receiving Jesus as your Savior and surrendering, and protect the joy and grow the joy and all of that. I'm going to pray over you in this area if you are dealing with this. That is, I'm not saying never wear weaves. I'm not saying you're not allowed to wear weaves. I'm saying examine yourself. What is it doing to your psyche when you take it off? Really tell the truth and keep a journal. Only you can hear it, see that journal, okay? Nobody knows but you. Let's really work through this because that's a really big part of the beginning of your hair journey. And the other thing is, if you're moving forward with your hair, like my hair wasn't going through anything real serious last week, but I almost ruined things by thinking it did. But instead I said to myself, I'm not going to go backwards. I'm going to just find out what's going on now and fix this, learn from it, and move forward. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Somebody just passed by with like amazing hair. Oh my Lord, this girl's hair is like so beautiful. But anyway, but guess what? My hair is beautiful. So I'm so excited about that. And that's part of my journey, is that I've been feeling so good about my own hair that I can look at somebody with beautiful hair and be like, that's so wonderful. God made you that way. God made me this way. That's been part of my journey and how I've been doing this. So I encourage you to find ways to cope with whatever it is that's making you not feel good enough. I'm going to give you another tip. When you're online and you're looking at a YouTuber and you're looking at their hair and you're looking at other people out here, just remember, God made everybody differently, like different flowers for a reason. They're beautiful in different ways. And we don't want all the flowers to be the same color. And we don't want all these flowers to have be the same shape. We need your color, your flower, your shape as well. Please let us see it. Take the weave off, take the wig off. Let me see your hair. Let me see all the kinks and curls and colors and whatever your hair is. The world needs to see that one too. So don't hide it for your whole life like I did. I hid my hair for so long. By the time I took my weave out, I had grays. Thank God for henna. But you know, so give us a chance to see what it looks like. Give yourself a chance. You might love it. It might be much more beautiful than anything else. And another tip, you don't have to keep re-putting it back in. It doesn't grow out and now I gotta put another perm in. It's yours, you know, so you don't have to keep redoing it, and it saves a lot of money too. I hope I've sold you on that, on accepting your hair and finding joy in your own natural hair. Okay, so the tip for today, my tip is nourish your crown. I have a lot of hair now. Look how full it is. It's shorter looking. It's shrunken because I did it last night. But I think part of what's going on here is, no, it is just full. But I took care of the crown. And look at this. If I took the crown out completely, it still looks full. But look how much thinner that is. If you take care of your crown, love your crown, steam it, and take good care of it, it does add a level of fullness to your hair. My other thing is that I believe someone asked me what made my hair so full. I'll do a whole video on it. But the last thing I want to say is I am taking biotin. I'm taking these biotins. I'm going to do a video on it. I'll show you a video. I put it in the video of what kind I'm doing. They're delicious. I almost have to hold back from taking more, eating more than I should because it tastes like candy. But I'll definitely do a video only on how I have the fullness in my hair. But I just want to quickly just at least say it to the woman that asked about it. Okay, so if this has been a blessing to you, let me know. Please comment below and please do the survey. Okay, so the survey is about the online cloud course and thing that we're doing, Soccer Core Fit. It's about the core physically and it's about your core spiritually. It's amazing. So I hope that you join. It looks like you want me to talk about spiritual stuff, spirit, stretch and meditation, the belly dancing, and the hair stuff. So I'm going to do all of that and I'm really excited. It's already up, guys. I've already put up some videos, new videos that are in line with what we want to do. Go ahead on there now and I'll just keep putting more on. I'm going to be doing it every week. I'm going to be putting more than one for the first few weeks and then I'll be doing it every week just like here. So I'm really, really excited. I love you guys and thank you so much for subscribing, for sharing, and I want you to go into the community. I want you to go into my channel, my page, go on my page and go into the community and look at the survey and please tell me what you want. I need to know. Comment below. Do you want one of the 4 things that I'm saying? More of the dance, belly dance moves that actually help you get fit, but in a fun way. The stretch and meditation, Christ-centered, spiritual advice and messages, or the last thing was hair and helping you with the routine. Okay, so comment below, go on the survey. I need to hear from you. I love you guys so much and I will see you in the next video. Bye. It's tea time.